evening everyone, and welcome to this, let's get this background out of the way, sorry about that. Welcome, get things right eventually. Let's go back to, welcome everyone, and welcome to the 2022 MX5 Cup Championship. At the moment we're just trying to rush through the program tonight due to load shedding, so apologies for the lack of a full introduction. Perhaps in the meantime I could, I'm just trying to do 101 things in the background here, so excuse me for being a little bit delayed. I will just quickly try and get something up here for us. Let's see if I can get a little bit more excitement on board. Totally messed up the start of this, so apologies for that. Trying to rush too much and I've totally lost myself. Alright, so we are at least in qualifying mode. I'm going to just bring up this video quickly just so that I can ever so quickly just introduce the event. So I'm your host Dennis Mitchell. I'm very late tonight, so we rushed the event forward by about 20 minutes, shortened qualifying by 10 minutes, and then started the event 10 minutes early, so apologies if anyone is missing because of this, but hopefully you get to watch it delayed. So this is our qualifying session. There's about 8 minutes left, coming to you live from Landmark Park in Lakeville, Connecticut for round 7 of our MX5 Championship. So the schedule, this is of course round 7 from Landmark Park. The final round will be next week from Misano in Italy. I'm just going to quickly show the championship. I'm not going to read it out, so those of you that would like to see it, you can go through it. I'm going to just quickly go through all this as quick as I can, just so that we can at least get to the qualifying. Alright, so I'm going to now remove that and go back to you. And now welcome back to qualifying. Alright, so we have a little bit happening here at the moment. Looks like lap times are extremely fast at the moment. Drivers are doing everything they can not to cut the chicane. There's a bit of contention regarding the cuts being allowed at the chicane. So they are not allowed to drive with all four wheels in the grass through the chicane. So let's see, in practice some of them were, but it looks like in qualifying they're doing the utmost to avoid it. While we're watching really from the best days, we can also have an onboard shot in our, wasn't quite what I wanted to do, that's alright, there's an onboard shot. I'm not sure if the audio is coming through correctly for this. Hopefully you guys in the comments can just let me know if the audio is actually working tonight. I seem to be having too many issues at the moment, and rushing because of load shedding is not making it any easier, so good luck. Good evening to everyone else in the clips. I'm reading Ruben clips in the YouTube channel. Good evening everyone in the YouTube channel as well. Richard Cilliers, good to see you here as well. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the British Touring Car Championship. And of course we have Hilton from ECGT. Guys are just chatting to each other, so I'm just reading this. This is the fun series. Yes, it's pretty fun. The BTCs are definitely going to be the way to go. Alright, let's get back to where I was before I lost my train of thought. These days happens quite easily. What I actually wanted to show was two different cars, so we can at least see two different drivers. I'm not sure if the audio is coming through correctly for both streams, so hopefully it will work fine. But we have an onboard shot top right of Runway Dupinor, and the below shot is a trackside shot at the moment of Rudy van der Vesting. So we can at least see the different drivers on various parts of the track. So on the top right hand shot you'll see the bottom one will just follow the action. On the top right we can just go over the lap with Runway Dupinor as he heads to the chicane. That is the controversial part, is he's heading up to it shortly. He'll come up to it. It will be the next right hander here. The left-hand part of the chicane is where the guys were cutting it onto the grass. Does his best to keep that's pretty good. He's on the bollard, so that was safe. He's got a car right on his bumper at the moment. So let's head over to our live screen again and see. Some good action here between Rudy van der Vestes, and I'm not sure who that is in the red car actually. I'm not really 100% sure there, so perhaps I can go and figure out who that might be. I know who it's not because I know some of the cars that it isn't. I think the red car was Justin Yonk. Justin currently sitting in second place. 0.018 behind Andre Misano at the moment. Waiting for Basil van Rain to pop in his amazing flying laps. He's been flying in practice. A couple of the drivers struggling at the moment. Justin Yonk. That was very aggressive over the curves and getting a good run there on, I believe that was Andre Hildebrandt. Let's just perhaps jump to another shot for now as we see Justin heading to the line. Chicane looked like he was just going to stay on. Once again we see Andre behind, I believe it's Justin. And Andre now put in a good time because Justin is one of the top times at the moment, so hopefully Andre is going to cling to him and stick in a really good time. Oh, Andre gets a bit sideways there and loses it unfortunately. Alright, so let's then jump back to Justin, which for some reason we don't have full audio. Still not too sure why this is not showing audio. It's something that's been bugging me and not been able to fix it. It sort of partially worked at one point and now it's not working. Murphy's Law. Anyway, alright, so Justin heading to the line. Is he going to improve at all? Let's see. 0.018 behind. Does he improve? He does not. Alright, so let's go back to... You see Abraham. Now we get back to Justin. Changing between different PCs here, and the one has got an auto camera on it. It tends to do its own thing, which generally follows the action quite nicely. But the second camera I can manually pick on people, but pick whoever I want to view. So just under 2 minutes left to go off qualifying. With the sun currently in the pole position. Basil van Rain currently sitting in last place and still in the pits. I'm not sure if he's going to just try and drive from the back, have a bit of fun. Bjorn Buchner is currently just stuck it in 7th place, so that's a good lap by Bjorn. Perhaps we can do a dual stream and look at Bjorn as well. So on the top right we have an onboard of Bjorn Buchner as he's going through the chicane. Just hung onto it there. It looked like he was going to run slightly wide but managed to keep it turning. So it was nicely done there. The chicane is the one that you can really push the limits. As we see a nice aerial shot of Monet Dutoy getting through that chicane. Nicely done there. I know one of the previous laps he ran wide slightly. Comes across the line, and does he stay 7th? He does, but he does improve ever so slightly. Right, so perhaps we can go back to our main camera for now. As we have 10 seconds left, so the drivers can now finish the current laps that they're on. So we have Bjorn Buchner I'm not too sure who else is actually on the lap. Justin Jonk is currently in pole position. And all the drivers below him that are able to challenge have not yet put in a good enough time, and they have pitted, so it's only Justin, Monet, and I believe Bjorn that are on track. Alright, so let's have a look at Monet as he's finishing his final lap. Will he improve? Right, so if the sounds are a bit wrong here, there's probably either incorrect sounds coming through. But as we see Monet coming around the final corner, can he improve on his 5th place? 0.371 down. His final attempt, he does, he goes 3rd. That's a fantastic luck by Monet. Alright, well, I think that is now a good time to jump to a ad break before we go to our first race. So let's jump to an ad break, we'll be right back. I haven't had audio for a while, so apologies for that. So I'm not sure if you guys have been hearing it or not. It looked like my audio was out, so if you haven't been hearing anything, I do apologize. There's been lots of action happening. I've been rambling away, and you might not have been hearing my rambles, which is a possible good thing or possible negative thing. Heard me through a different audio source linked through this, but anyway, let's see. If you haven't been hearing me, let me know in the comments. If you have been hearing me, let me know in the comments. Alright, as we transition back to Justin, so just under 8 minutes left to go. So currently Andre Besson is heading off Basel Rain. He's got a 2.8 second, now 2.7 second gap to close down to Andre, which, you know, Andre, I'm sure is aware that Basil is coming. Basil having started last just to have a bit of fun, I guess. Dutoy starting third, Jean-Andre Dupinay is now fourth, Jean-Andre Dutoy is fifth, Justin Donker is sixth, Julian is in seventh, Bjorn Buchner is in eighth, Andre Hildebrand ninth, Abraham is in 10th, and Rudy is in 11th. Right, so let's have a look from Julian's point of view, and as I was talking, I'm not sure if you had heard it, but we seem to have problems with the audio from the second stream, so not sure what's happening there, so apologies for that. Okay, so you're hearing me now, but you're not hearing any cars. Okay, perhaps better. Hopefully you can hear the cars now. Not sure why there's so many audio issues at the moment. So hopefully you can hear all the audio now. Let's transition back to this one's audio. Sometimes the program tends to unmute certain channels that you use in your program to run everything in the streams, but sometimes it does the opposite, so yeah. Okay, great to hear you hearing everything at the moment. Hope the volumes are all alright, because I've now been playing with everything since it wasn't working. Alright, back to the action. So lots of action happening at the moment. You see Julian heading down the straight, and now we see Andre Dupinard. I believe that's Monet de Toy in front of him. So a really good battle between the two, and it's actually not Monet, it's Andre Dupinard. And there's a bit of contact. Oh, that's going to be a team briefing that you wouldn't want to go to. And Justin Young managing to get past there. Just a little bit of a light contact there. Lucky enough to get past. Andre Dupinard waiting for his teammate to come back past, and waiting for him, being a good sportsman. Perhaps we need to keep an eye out as well for Brother from Rain, as he's with just under 5 minutes left and he's hunting down his teammate for a win. So perhaps we can just transition over there and have a look. Alright, so Mazda closing the gap ever so slowly, 1.7 seconds to go. He's brought that down from 2.8 the last I checked, which was 2 or so laps back. So looking like we might be able to just catch. It's going to be quite close. Just have a quick onboard shot from Basil as we see him heading into the final corner now. Happening behind, so let's head to see what's happening there rather, because that's a bit more action. As we see Julian catching up there now to Andre de Toy, I believe it is. Justin Yonkins now pulled ahead of them, but oh, he's going around the outside. Julian's going to be brave and go around the outside. It's not a corner that I would favour going around the outside. Don't want to get onto the grass here because you like it to end up in the barrier. Nice move there, nicely done. Switcheroo there. Being slightly better drive and managing to get it, but now it looks like Andre is fighting him back. And going into the chicane, he's now ahead. Oh, and Andre gets a little bit loose in the chicane. That chicane has not been nice to Andre. Time perhaps look back from Andre Bisson's car and just see with just under 3 minutes left to go. Oh, as our main action is continually happening here. Right, I'm going to keep a picture here so we can at least see the action while it's not changed just yet. This is too good. Side by side action between the two of them is fantastic. Julian and Zolder are having an absolute amazing battle here, lap after lap, side by side, some good passes, and coming back at each other all the time. That's fantastic. To have settled down ever so slightly. So let's just show on the top right, we're looking back from Andre Besson at Basil van Rijn. gap is now 1.3 seconds with 1.5 minutes to go. I think Andre has got him covered. I don't think Basil is catching at enough rate. Of course, there is probably a lap and a half to go. Catching on the chicane there. So he might actually still catch, thinking about it, like, if they're going to do another lap and a half after the countdown has ended. Let's see. So they'll finish this lap. They'll do one more lap. I believe they'll do one more lap, and then they'll do their 2 final laps. Slightly, so not too many as close as we'd like at the moment, but let's see if I can find the other battles that are really, really close. Oh, 1 or 2 might be close enough. I think Andre Hildebrandt's one might be worth watching. That's fairly close. So as they now head into the final lap, actually. So we can do a picture-in-picture with Andre Hildebrandt just to see, as the main camera has changed to their action as well, so you can see from both points of view, from Abraham's and from Andre's point of view. Now the main camera's gone to Basil, so we can see the battle for first place and we can see the battle for 9th place. So Andre is fighting off a charging Abraham at the moment. At least they having quite a close battle at the back there. So it's saying the leader is on the final lap already. Oh, Abraham getting a good drive there. Can we get past? He has indeed. He has indeed. Going to come back at Abraham there. I believe that's Andre Besson across the line for the win. Basil van Rijn taking second. Rene du Toit taking third. Justin Jonk now taking fourth. We've missed Julian Bryce across the line. Andre Duppenau now crosses the line. Next in line will be Bjorn Buchner. Should have been Abraham, who we've missed. Andre Hildebrandt, I guess he's already crossed the line. So now it's Rudy van der Westhuizen, final driver to cross the line. Well, showing that these two are still on track. So Abraham seems to have pulled a slight gap on Andre. That's the end of it. Alright, so let's jump to an ad break and then we will be back shortly with race 2. Alright, welcome back everyone. We're now back for race 2. Watching the drivers and slowly getting ready on the grid. So we are back for race 2. I'm your commentator, Dennis Mitchell. Unfortunately no Jason Underwood tonight. This is race 2 of our 2022 Mazda Cup Round 7 from Lime Rock Park. The drivers get underway. We will place behind. Oh, a bit of contact there with one of the PZN drivers. I'm not sure which one that was. It was Jean-Marie Toy. Up in front with Abraham, then Andre, then Julian, then Andre, Basil, Andre, Rudy, and Bjorn. So Bjorn unfortunately going from the front to the back. I'm not sure it was again. But a little bit of contact there as well between Julian and Andre. Contact at the moment with Andre Hildebrandt and Abraham. I'm not sure what happened and who was at fault. My apologies for changing things here. I'm clicking on all the wrong things and once again getting caught out by everything. I'm having a very bad night. Background means I'm kicking the things in the front. So anyway, sorry about that. Cheers Hilton, sorry about your load shedding. See you Sunday. Hopefully we don't have any load shedding on Sunday and the racing will be much better, which should be quite a full field. Most likely going to be 20 drivers. So, contact there with Andre, I'm not sure who the other driver was. I believe it was Julian. But I stand corrected, I'm not 100% sure who that was. Right, so at the moment, Andre Dupinoy is currently in first place. Jean-Marie Toy, looks like now it's Morne Toy. So, Father Jason's son, third and second place. Seeing lots of cutting of that chicane. He's going completely on the side of the bollard. Attempting to stay on the road. The stewards will have to look at that. Stewards still have some penalties outstanding from the previous rounds, which definitely need to be handed out, but unfortunately they haven't yet had a chance to go through everything. Myself is one of the stewards, so I haven't had the time. We need to drive through it eventually and apply all the penalties throughout the season, so drivers cutting chicanes tonight might still get some penalties. To watch. Maybe get something a little interesting. This battle that we're watching now is pretty interesting. Oh, that's Abraham going off there. Perhaps while he's recovering we can have a quick view of Bjorn Buchner's onboard shot. We can go for a lap with Bjorn. Going into turn 1 at the moment. Not sure if we have any audio of it or not. Running being slightly wide on the entry there. Once he brings it back to the apex, which he does. Quite nicely done actually. Right, slightly wide, then bring it back to the apex as well. Not a very difficult track to learn, but it's quite a difficult track to master. We did this track last week as well with the British Touring Cars Shakedown event, although we didn't use the chicane, we did it without the chicane. But they're using the chicane nicely there, staying on track limits. Keeping Basil from rain in his sights in front of him. And heading into the final corner now. This is a fantastic corner where it drops down like that. Compresses the suspension of the car nicely. And going down the straight. Alright, so that was a lap with Bjorn. Bjorn is currently just past Basil Perret. I'm not sure it's... Oh, and now he's lost it. I'm just looking at it on the other screens. Perhaps it was Basil that had knocked Bjorn off and he had been waiting for him. It could be what happened, why Basil was slowing down so much. But okay, that would explain it. Despite good sportsmanship from Basil to wait so long for Bjorn to come back. Audio with the studio thing is starting to confuse me. It's something I'm getting newly into, using it in a different mode, and that mode seems to run the audio different. So if the audio is not correct at times, I apologize. I will slowly get the hang of it. Now behind Bjorn Buchner once again. Perhaps with Bjorn's view we could now go to a rearward facing and then to a dual screen, and we can actually see both shots like this. As we see the attacker and the defender. So the top right is the defender, Bjorn Buchner, and the bottom left is Basil Perret, the attacker. Here comes Basil. Looking to attack. And he's given back the place, he's ready to pounce back. The main camera has changed to watch the other battle that's happening. There are several battles happening. It's the Jean-André Dupinot and Jean-André Detour battle. That's the battle for the lead, by the way. So perhaps we can just transition to that for now, since that is becoming quite a tight battle as well. While that's happening, I'm going to see if I can maybe get us another view of that, as we once again are seeing the cameraman is clearly split between the battle of first and second and the battle between fourth and fifth. Let us do a shot like this. The top right is of course the battle for lead. That's Jean-André Dupinot and Jean-André Detour. Throughout the field. It's quite a small field once again tonight. Unfortunately we do have load shedding tonight, so we don't have all our drivers. But thankfully we had enough to still have a race. I think think this championship has already been so negatively affected by load shedding, it was kind of pointless not running it. It's kind of sad that the championship has been affected by load shedding, but that is the reality at the moment. We did our best to try and hold back for a while, but we can't hold back forever. Our Sunday races seem to be less affected, so that's at least been good for that championship. Now, this Sunday, for those that aren't aware, we have our British Touring Car Championship starting, which is in R-Factor 2. Oh, and Bjorn loses it there. Bjorn waiting for him. Who's that? Is that Chandra Detroit's now coming past them? No, Andre Besson. So Andre Besson now takes the position as Bjorn is recovering and Basil is waiting for him. So Basil's playing nicely with Bjorn. And in the meantime, Andre decides to slip past. Alright, so let's get back to our main camera. Still 0.7 of a second between them. I believe that is our closest battle at the moment. No, our closest battle is the Bjorn Wickler battle. I think that is, well, that's also 7 tenths, now 6 tenths. So we can do both like this. So we did the Dipper one and we did the Basil one. And the trackside camera, the cars look a lot closer than they do in the rear facing camera. Different view for us from a different point of view. Pass. Pass done. Really done. Not much space there, but used every little bit that was available. And Andre actually mounted challenge back at Andre. Andre getting a bit loose at the curbs. The car carried slightly more momentum as a result, but not enough to make a difference. The guys definitely carry a lot more speed over the chicane. Look at how much Andre was able to carry from that. We can keep an eye on that one. Battle for first place is still pretty close, 6 tenths of a second. Battle again. Chicane. I was getting airborne there. Lots of air. Suspension taking a little pounding there. laps left to go. Basil didn't go for the move there, but seems to be trying to help Bjorn get a bit of a draft, giving a bit of a bump draft there. Those are not really what bump drafting is. It's when you get into the slipstream of another car, which if you aren't aware what that is, that's when your car in front is braking the wind resistance, the car behind can go faster. So therefore the bump drafting is when the car behind goes fast enough when the car in front bumps the car in front, and that collision pushes the car in front further forward, making them go faster, and then he catches again because he's in less resistance, and he keeps doing that. That way they each get higher top end. It can be used between teammates to pull away from the pack, or it can be used between a driver and a car in front wanting to extend the gap behind, which might be a troublesome gap. Dipping on, sorry, not Chandra, Yonder dipping on, making a mistake there. So see him recovering. So at the moment it seems like the two closest battles are the two that we're watching. The other drivers are all just probably large 10-second gaps or more between each other. Of course with Andre Dupinot now making a mistake, that's now just the one battle that we have to watch. Is this one that is on screen at the moment. As you see, Joseph and Rain giving Bjorn Buchner a real hard time. Bjorn doing his best to hold off the challenge. The audio and everything's coming through fine. I haven't checked the channel in a while. There's no comments yet, so I assume it's all fine. My voice and the cars and everything sounds alright. It's just sounding a bit better than it did on Sunday, thankfully. Right, there comes Basil. Is he going to go up the inside? Looks like he is. Does indeed, up the inside. Slightly wide, just actually touched the grass slightly there. And Bjorn came back at him. Good one by Bjorn there. Nicely down between the two of them. Managing to keep it clean, and Bjorn doing the cut back nicely. Basil now getting a good run on him. Bjorn cutting the chicane. Bump drafting Bjorn. So did I say Bjorn cutting the chicane? Basil cutting the chicane and bump drafting Bjorn. Right, coming up to a back bomb now as well. That's really for the best days, and it's just moved out of the way for them. Both drivers running slightly wide there. Of course, background really doing the same. At this point the drivers are starting to get a bit tired. It's 40 seconds left of the race. 40 seconds left of the second race, I should say. The drivers have been been driving for over an hour at this point. If they've been doing the practice before the official event, which most of them were. You see Basil right on the bumper of Bjorn there. You actually see the brake lights reflecting on the road as well. The brakes, this is the light reflecting a lot actually on the road. Oh, Basil, yeah, took the dive. Oh, got a bit sideways as he did it. Lose momentum. Oh, he did. Oh, Bjorn losing it now. That means Basil is now going to clear off, or is he going to hang around for Bjorn to have a little bit more fun? They're now going into their final lap because the leader is now on his final lap. So while we're watching them, perhaps I can try and get to our leader so we can actually see who our leader looks like. I haven't been seeing him much. So he's coming across the line. Takes the checkered flag. Zolder de Toy taking race 2 win. Toy heading for second. Across the line. Andre Duppenau takes third. Andre Misano heading down for fourth place. Watkins slightly second hand. It's Basil van Rijn will then come across the sixth place from, no, fifth place. Sixth place will be Basil van, why is it saying Basil van Rijn sixth in the bottom right? Basil van Rijn in fifth, Bjorn Brookner in sixth. You see the drivers doing their customary crashes at the end of the races. I believe that's the end of it, so I'm going to jump to an handbrake before we see too much carnage, and we'll be right back with interviews as short as quick as possible. Well, welcome back, everyone, to the completion and the interviews for the end of round 7 from Lime Rock Park in Lakeville, Connecticut. Round 7 of our Alwyn Mazda Cup. Let's go to our interviews. So tonight we have our top 3 with us. We don't have Basil van Rijn with us tonight because Basil van Rijn didn't make it into the top 3 tonight. So winning tonight's round overall was Andre Besson. In second place, Monet Dutoy. And in third place, Jandre Dutoy. So let's start with Andre. Andre, a fantastic result having you finally winning a round overall. It's, I think, the first time it's happened. So absolutely fantastic. Well done. Give us a breakdown of the round from your point of view.
The first race was fun. The last few laps, Basil started to put pressure on me, so I struggled to keep the car on the track. Yeah, and it was fun. And the second race was a bit bumpy. So, yeah, it was fun.
Looked like you were having lots of fun. You certainly had lots of pace, so that definitely makes it fun when you've got the pace.
Yeah.
All right, then in second place, Monet, good to see you also having a really good result. So fantastic second place overall, beating your son even, so fantastic.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun tonight. Especially I know the track from the R Factor. So I enjoyed a lot. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I thought having the track come straight after R Factor might make it a bit easier, but it did, of course, have the chicane, which was something different within R Factor. You know, you had that hill with a crest on it that was quite challenging for some cars, but yeah, quite nice having the chicane.
Yeah, I know, that one was nice to do.
And then Jandre, fantastic third, another podium for you. Unfortunately, you didn't get a win tonight, although you got the win in race 2, so that's, I guess, something. But third overall, congratulations. And any feedback from your side?
Thanks, Dennis. Yeah, no, the first race was fun. Basil and I actually decided not to put up a qualifying time to fight from the back of the pack, just to have a proper race. Then I got taken out, so then I really had to fight my way up to the back. But no, it was fun. And the second race, yeah, there were quite a few crashes, but yeah, overall I think a good result. And the end, I was afraid I wasn't going to catch Andre, but at least I got up to him. Yeah.
Yeah, there were some good battles throughout, and obviously when you caught up and eventually got past, and then he made a mistake, and that was the end of that. But I think Bjorn and Basil were having quite a good battle throughout the race as well. I think Basil was playing with Bjorn just a little bit, but it was quite entertaining seeing Bjorn challenging him. And there weren't too many battles throughout the field, but it must have been quite fun starting at the back of race 1 and trying to work your way forward.
Yeah, no, that was quite fun because I think in the championship we're both pretty far ahead, so we weren't really too pressured into winning it, so we just wanted to have a bit of fun.
Speaking of the championship, let's have a quick look at the points. I can let you know what the overall standings are. So currently in first place is still Basil van Rijn on 686. Jandre, you are in second on 623, and Jandre is still in third on 532. Monet, you are now in fourth place on 504. And Andre, you are now in 8th place on 342 points. So the championship's slowly coming together for all of you. I'm trying to speed it up tonight because of the load shedding that's catching some of the guys out. So we're going to do a quick shout out from each of you, and then we're going to say goodnight to everyone. So Andre, can we do a shout out from you first, please?
Yes, yeah. Thanks, Dennis, for hosting it. It's fun racing. It's a nice event. Yeah, and then the PZM team, I think we are strong in this event as well. So shout out to them as well. Yeah, thanks.
It's a pleasure, and well done. And Monet, if you'd like to do a shout out?
Yeah, Dennis, thank you for everything. And thanks for Team PZN for helping me getting the lines right and support me. So it seems to help.
Yeah, good having a team that's right at the front helping you out. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And of course to Jandre, anything from your point of view?
Yeah, thanks for the event. The MX5s were quite fun. And yeah, apologies to, I think there might be a bit of hard feelings regarding the chicanes and a bit of bumps, so apologies to anyone. But yeah, let's just keep up the good fun.
All right, then I'm going to say good night to the three of you. I'm going to kick you out. I'll say my finals to everyone else. I'm going to put you guys back in the other channel, and you can say whatever you need to say to any of the other drivers that you might feel you need to apologize to. Just trying to rush as much as I can because of the load shedding that might catch some of the drivers that maybe are watching, or other people. So thank you to everyone else. Of course, that is the end of round 7. So from next week, we'll be doing the final round, coming to you from Misano in Italy. It's quite a fantastic track. I think more famous probably for MotoGP, but also it's well known for doing GT3 racing. It features in the Assetto Corsa Competizione, so very well known there as well. I believe it's part of the World Series. So quite a fantastic track. These days it's run clockwise. It used to be run anti-clockwise. In fact, I preferred it anti-clockwise. It was my favorite area of the track, but for safety reasons they said they needed to turn it around. So one of the few tracks that has actually been turned around. Not many tracks are capable of running clockwise and anti-clockwise because of the runoff areas. But that is one of those tracks. And sorry, just busy reading something in the background there. Yeah, so that was just unfortunately the way that is. It's now running the direction I don't particularly like, but it's still a fantastic track. It's still a very challenging track. So it should make for some exciting racing. So that will be the end of tonight's rounds, and we will catch you all next week for the final round of our 2022 Alwyn Mazda MX5 Cup. So thank you once again to Alwyn for all their support through the series. And of course, if you want to support Alwyn, you can head over to www.alwyn.co.za. And thank you to all our drivers and to all our viewers that are watching on the YouTube tonight. Thank you for everyone for taking part. And apologies for anyone that had load shedding that couldn't make it tonight. Hopefully you got to watch something and at least enjoy it. But otherwise, hope to see you guys next week for the MX5s then for the final round. Otherwise, on Sunday we have our first round of the British Touring Car Championship in R-Factor 2. Last Sunday we had a shakedown round, but this Sunday we will have the official first round coming to you live from Donington Park. So we will catch you guys all from Donington Park next Sunday, or this coming Sunday. So until then, have a good evening and enjoy the rest of your week.